Hello everyone, welcome to the current affairs session of Shankar IAS Academy, 3rd April 2025. Displayed here are the list of topics for the discussion today. The first topic, frankincense, and the second topic, Naviga Sagar Parikrama 2. The third topic, the scheduled tribe and other forest dwellers recognition of right act 2006, and the fourth topic, Banking Law Amendment Act 2024. So without much delay, let's begin our discussion with the first article. Frankincense, gift of Meiji in danger of extinction, warns IUCN. Why it is in the news? Recently, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature issued a warning highlighting the extinction risk faced by the frankincense producing trees belongs to the species Boswellia. So let us discuss more about frankincense from the prelims point of view. So frankincense, the word is derived from French, which means frank incense, high quality incense. They are known for their fragrance, and it is a fragrant resin obtained from various species of trees belongs to the Boswellia genus. And here you can see the five main species of Boswellia genus. First one is Boswellia carteri, Boswellia serrata, that is Indian frankincense, and then you have the Boswellia sacra, and then you have Boswellia ferrarina, and then you have the Boswellia pipifera. So coming to the significance of this tree, you can see that historically frankincense has a it has a relation with the biblical cultures. For example, if you read the Matthew's Gospel of Matthew, you can see that this frankincense is one of the three gifts brought by the three wise men from the east to the infant Jesus. So other two gifts are gold and myrrh. So myrrh is also a type of fragrant resin obtained from Combiphora trees. And the next is it is used in perfume and manufacturing of incense. Obviously, it is known for the frankincense is known for its fragrance, therefore it is used for manufacturing of perfumes. And the next is its medical benefits. It has anti-inflammatory property, therefore it is used for treating many intestine related conditions like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease and all. And the next, cultural importance, you can see that it represents respect and hospitality in the Dhofari culture of Oman. Dhofari culture, it is a culture present in the West Asia, and it is influenced by Indian, Arabic and African culture, and they are known for their their music, their hospitality, and they are known for Albara dance. So this culture, in this culture, this frankincense represent warmth, respect and hospitality. And coming to the reasons behind the decline of this frankincense producing trees, the first major reason is overgrazing of the animals. The second is climate change, that means the prolonged drought, frequent outbreak of extreme weather events like cold wave, heat waves and all. It is also affecting the survival of this frankincense producing trees. And the next is recently the IUCN moved many frankincense producing trees in the Socotra Island to the category of endangered and critically endangered, highlighting its extinction risk. So where is this Yemen's Socotra Island is located? Any idea? So here you can see the Arabian Sea, and Socotra Island is located near to the Horn of Africa, and it is controlled by Yemen. So please note this. This may be useful in your prelims because oftenly you can see questions from this area. So with this, we will discuss a prelims question. So in this topic, we discussed the importance of fragrance. In this topic, we discussed the importance of frankincense producing trees, its cultural importance, its historical importance, its importance in the medical sector and all. And then we discussed what are the reasons behind the decline of these trees. And so based on the discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, in which of the following ecosystem the frankincense trees are mostly found? Option A, tropical rainforest. Option B, arid and semi-arid region. Option C, tundra. And option D, deciduous forest. So we already discussed that it plays a very important role in the Dhofari culture of Oman. So from there itself we can make a guess. It belongs to the ecosystem of arid and semi-arid regions. Let's check the answer. Yes, the answer is option B, arid and semi-arid region. So with this, we will move to the next article. Naviga Sagar Parikrama 2, Tharani enters Cape Town, South Africa. The article is taken from Press Information Bureau. Why it is in the news? Recently, the INSV, that is Indian Naval Sailing Vessel, Tharani entered the Cape Town in South Africa, completing the fourth leg of Naviga Sagar Parikrama 2 expedition. So let us discuss more about the mission from prelims point of view. So Naviga Sagar Parikrama 2 expedition. So it is a second. So what about the first Naviga Sagar Parikrama? It was between 2017-18, and that expedition was led by all women crew, and that included 6 Navy officers from Indian Navy, and that mission was successful, and it got over by 8 months. Okay, and here in the now we have Naviga Sagar Parikrama to a global circumnavigation mission, another global circumnavigation mission, and the fourth leg is over, and we are expecting the crew by May 2025. So whenever we talk about the global circumnavigation, the first name that comes to our mind will be Ferdinand Magellan, right? And the Ferdinand Magellan and his crew started their journey in 1519 and came back to Europe. Unfortunately, Ferdinand Magellan couldn't make it, but his crew came back to Europe in 1522. And even today also, this expedition led by the Europeans is considered as one of the evidence to prove that Earth is not flat. And now the times has changed, and now we have another global circumnavigation mission led by the Indian Navy, and it is flagged off in October 2024, and it is undertaken by 2 women officers. And before that also, the first Naviga Sagar Parikrama expedition was also an all-women crew, and the vessel used for the mission is Indian naval sailing vessel, that is INSV Tarani. And what are the objectives of this mission? The mission is to cover 23,400 nautical miles in 8 months and return to Goa in May 2025. And in the Naviga Sagar Parikrama, first the mission was to cover 21,000. Now it is 23,000, and before that it was 21,000, and that we know that mission was also successful. And another objective of this mission is to enhance maritime cooperation and scientific research. And another objective is to promote women empowerment in the armed force. So both the Naviga Sagar Parikrama first and second represents the women empowerment in the armed force. So here you can see the picture of INSV Tarani, and here you can see the 2 officers in the mission, and this photo was taken when they reached the Point Nemo. It is located in Southern Pacific Ocean, and it is also known as the oceanic pole of inaccessibility or the graveyard of decommissioned spacecraft. And we already did a video about the Point Nemo. We know that if you want to find a nearby land, then you have to travel approximately 2,000 plus kilometers, right? So they visited this Point Nemo as a part of this expedition. And coming to the voyage plan, covers 8 months, and the first phase is from Goa to Fremantle in Australia, and the second phase is from Fremantle to Littleton in New Zealand, and the third phase is Littleton to Port Stanley in Falkland, and the fourth phase is from Port Stanley to Cape Town in South Africa. And now they completed the fourth leg, and the final leg is or the final phase is Cape Town to Goa, and they will be here by May 2025. So here you can see the picture of their route. So first leg, Goa to Fremantle in Australia, and from Fremantle to Littleton in New Zealand, and from New Zealand to Falkland in the southern tip, and from Falkland to Cape Town, and it is successful, and now they will be here by May 2025. So coming to the other recent naval exercises from India. So India recently participated, the Indian naval ship Talwar recently participated in the 8th edition of exercise India, Brazil, South Africa Maritime. It was conducted in October 2024. And you can see that in another, that is in January 2025, the latest stealth frigate of Indian Navy, INS Tushil, made a port call at the Durban, and also engaged with the South African Navy and the Indian community in South Africa. So what is the significance of this maritime exercises? First is it enhances the maritime cooperation and scientific research, and also it emphasizes the spirit of Sashakt and Saksham India. So in this topic we discussed Naviga Sagar Parikrama expedition mission, and how the maritime exercises are relevant or important to India. And based on our discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, in which ocean the Point Nemo is located? Option A, Atlantic, option B, Arctic, option C, Indian, and option D, South Pacific. I already mentioned that in the video, that is in South Pacific. So therefore the option D is the correct answer. So with this, we will move to the next article. Ahead of Supreme Court hearing, Adivasi rights bodies environmentalists ask Tribal Affairs Ministry to defend the Forest Rights Act. So let us discuss more about this article. The Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Recognition of Rights Act 2006. We know that for the development purpose, we often compromise certain part of our ecosystem. But this raised a lot of concerns about the rights of the people, their livelihood who are depending on the forest. And therefore, to address the rights of the people, to ensure their livelihood, the government enacted the Forest Rights Act 2006 to provide legal recognition and protection of rights of the tribal communities and other traditional forest dwellers over the forest land resource which they have used for traditions. So what are the key provisions of this FRA? The first is it is recognizing the individual's rights over the forest resource. That means under this, an individual can claim up to 4 hectares of land for cultivation or for inhabitation. The next is the community's rights over the forest resource. That means under the FRA, the community will be responsible for the management of forest resource, forest, and for example, if they are selling a particular product from the forest, for example, wood or bamboo or anything, or any medicinal product or anything, that will be under the collective management and ownership of the community in the forest. And the next is the Grama Sabha's role. That means the Grama Sabha will be the primary authority for initiation and verification of claims under the FRA. So coming to the legal challenge, current legal challenge. So everything starts in the year 2008. In 2008, Wildlife First, an NGO, raised an issue that using the loopholes in the FRA, there is an increase of the forest encroachments. And followed by that, in 2019, the Supreme Court ordered an eviction of the people who made false claim over the resource and the forest. Therefore, the government started the eviction process, and this resulted into a mass eviction of nearly lakhs of people, which raised again concern about the rights of the people. Therefore, the Tribal Affairs Ministry later intervened and highlighted wrongful rejections due to procedural flaws. And immediately the Supreme Court stayed the eviction order and requested a review of the people who got rejected during the time of the government procedure. And this type of government actions also raises other concerns. For example, the improper review of the rejected claims. For example, states often conducts arbitrary review, and this leads to repeated rejections. That means the people who will be actually belongs to that forest or for that ecosystem only, but due to the arbitrary review from the government departments or due to this procedure flaws, there is an increasing number of repeated rejections. And the next is undermining the role of Grama Sabha. So under the FRA, the Grama Sabha is the primary authority for for verifying the claims, but unfortunately the role of the Grama Sabha is even today is undermined. And the next is over reliance on satellite imagery. That means without ground verification, the governments are using this satellite imagery for for the procedures. So this results into wrongful rejection. That means there is no ground verification. So without this verification, they are just using the satellite imagery for the government process. So this also leads to wrongful rejections, which raises concerns about the rights of the people. So in this topic, we discussed the Forest Rights Act 2006, what are the key provisions, and what is the current legal challenge, and what are the other challenges related to this. So based on a discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, consider the following. Option A, Karma Festival, 2, Dasara Nach, D, Dadaria, and 4, Bilma. So how many of the above cultural activities are related to the Baiga community? Option A, 1 only, option B, 2 only, option C, all the above, and option D, none of the above. See, Baiga community, they belongs to the central India. That means their population can be seen in Uttar Pradesh, in Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand and all. And this Karma festival is a festival belongs to this Baiga community only. Dasara Nach is another festival of this Baiga community, and Dadaria and Bilma both are a cultural dance of this Baiga community. Okay, therefore the answer is option C, all of the above. So with this, we will move to the next article. Parliament approves Banking Law Amendment Bill. Opposition says it lacks safeguard. The article is taken from Business Standard. Why it is in the news? We know that last year in 2024 August, the Banking Law Amendment Bill was introduced in the Parliament, and now the Parliament has passed the law. But opposition is saying that it is lacking safeguards. So let us discuss more about the Banking Law Amendment Bill 2024. We know that this Banking Law Amendment Bill is, it is seeking to amend nearly 5 important acts related to the Indian banking sector. The first is the the RBI Act of 1934, the Banking Regulation Act of 1949, and the SBI Act of 1955, and then Banking Companies Act in 1970 and Banking Companies Act in 1980. So these are the 5 important acts that we are planning to amend through this Banking Law Amendment Bill 2024. So how this is changing, how this changed the system, let us discuss. So key features of this act. The first is a change in the definition of fortnight for cash reserve. So fortnight, it refers to a period of 2 weeks, right? And this bill has changed the definition for this fortnight. So before that, the fortnight was Saturday to the second Friday of a month. But now it has changed from changed to first day of the month to the 15th day, and the next phase will be from 16th of the month to the last day of that month. So this will provide better clarity and also helps the bank to maintain better liquidity. And the next is tenure changes. That is, as per the previous system, that is the tenure of the director in a cooperative bank was 8 years, but as per the amendment, it is 10 years now. And the next is common directors for the central and the state cooperatives. So as per the amendment, the directors in the central board can also serve in the state cooperative. So this will ensure better alignment of policy and planning between the central and the state cooperative banks. And the next is the change in the threshold of the substantial interest of a person in a company. So what is meant by substantial interest? Substantial interest refers to a share held by a person worth of 5 lakh or more as per the previous system. But as per the current amendment, it is increased to 2 crore rupees. So substantial interest can be, as per the previous system, substantial interest can be either 5 lakh worth of share or 10% of the paid capital. So if a person owns either of this, then he has substantial interest in a company. But now it is increased to 2 crore rupees, and this is for managing the inflation. And the next is changes in the nomination rule. So we know that nominees, a person can appoint another person as a as a nominee for his deposit or his locker. But as per the previous system, it was only one person. That means a person can appoint only one person as his nominee. But as per the amendment, it goes up to 4 nominees. That can be either successive or simultaneous. Successive means nominees based on priority. Simultaneous means simultaneously having claim on a deposit. So for example, if a person has a deposit of 100 rupees, then each person can get 25 rupees. But previously it was there was only one nominee. So remember that. And the next is unclaimed amount and the investor education fund. So if a money is remaining unclaimed for more than 7 years, then it will be automatically transferred to the investor education and protection fund. And what happens to this money once it is transferred? So a person can claim even after 7 years. So the money is not going anywhere, money is safe, and the unclaimed money is used properly and productively. So this is another change brought by the amendment bill. So once again I will repeat, that means if a money is remaining unclaimed for 7 years, then it will be automatically transferred to the investors education and protection fund, but a person can claim the money even after 7 years. So simply it is that. So the next is the remuneration of the bank auditors. So as per the previous system, the salary for the bank auditors was fixed by the RBI, but now it is fixed by the bank itself. So this will ensure better transparency and financial autonomy for the banks. So these are the features of the Banking Law Amendment Bill. So in this topic, we discussed what are the changes are expected to brought by the Banking Law Amendment Bill. So based on our discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, consider the following statements. Statement 1, the substantial interest is increased to the 2 crore rupees. The next is multiple nominees for deposit. Statement 3, common directors for central and the state cooperative bank. How many of the above are introduced through the Banking Law Amendment Bill 2024? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, all the 3, and option D, none of the above. So we know that the substantial rate threshold has increased to 2 crore rupees from 5 lakh rupees, right? And the next is multiple nominees. That means the maximum limit is 4, but previously it was 1. And the common directors for central and the state cooperative bank for better policy alignment. So all the changes are introduced through the Banking Law Amendment Bill. So the answer is option C, all of the above. With this, we are coming to the conclusion for today's newspaper analysis. If you like the video, hit the like button, give your feedbacks as comments, and share this content with your friends. And before leaving this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon to receive on-time update from Shankar IAS Academy. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day.